Hey everybody, I am not necessarily featuring a Pampered Chef product today. I mean, I will be using some of the items, but I just wanted to show you all how I make some baked beans. If you ever need for a big crowd or a potluck or anything like that, this is just a real crowd pleaser. I think that a lot of people like them, and I don't know if anybody knows how easy they really are to make, but it really is. It's just a matter of putting stuff together. Now again, these may not be too bad for you if you didn't add all the stuff that I add to them. And it's not anything that you could really eat all the time, because just wait till I show you something here in a second. Okay, so what I do with this is I just go ahead and I get these large cans of baked beans, and it could be any brand. Matter of fact, one of my brands was just a generic brand, and I am going to use my our can opener because it's just so handy getting the lid off and everything like that. So again, there is a little trick to it that you just have to learn. You just have to put it on the can and then kind of rotate it clockwise until it hooks. And then after that, it's just a matter of taking it around. It really, it prevents the sharp edges on the can. So whenever you take the lid off, you don't have all those sharp edges, because it really cuts around like the bottom of the lid instead of or on the inside of the lid. So when you get to the point where you just kind of feel the tension relax a little bit, that's when you know it's ready. So just kind of move it back and forth and it comes off. And then there's this little hook here, and you just put it on top of the lid edge, and this kind of helps grab it. So if you can maybe see that, how I've got it on there, and then I'm going to push this to grab it, and then it just lifts that lid right off. And again, there are no sharp edges on it, so that makes it very, very simple. So and it makes it a lot safer too, because I have cut my finger, sliced my finger and stuff on many a lid before, as I'm sure that you may, well, maybe you're not as clumsy as I am, I don't know. Okay, so then this is where the not so good stuff comes in, but it makes it really good. Okay, so now one thing about this recipe, it's really easy to break down. So if you don't have a crowd, you wouldn't use as much. So like I said, this has 3 of those large size cans because I've got a crowd that I'm cooking for. And so then it takes a cup of brown sugar. And so I have that in my, these things are so easy, these measure-alls, they just make, especially like this or peanut butter or anything, they make it so easy to get the product out, the food out of what you have in there. I have a cup of brown sugar, but if I only wanted to, had a smaller crowd and I only wanted to use 1 can, real easy to cut that in thirds, a third a cup of brown sugar. Okay, that's all you would need. One thing I did want to show you is, how brown sugar will often get hard. Look, mine is still real soft, and it's because, and a lot of you probably have this already in your kitchen, but I do have one of these, and I need to probably re-soak it, but I have a brown sugar keeper in here, and all you do is you soak this for 10 minutes in water, and then it's ready to put down into your brown sugar. And so like I said, every once in a while you want to get it back out just to re-soak it and put it in there again, but it keeps your brown sugar soft, because how many of us have pulled a bag of brown sugar out, it'd be hard as a rock. And it just never is the same if you try to soften it in the microwave and stuff. So all I do with this brown sugar is I just push the bottom, and it just all comes out in one lump like that. So really, really easy. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to add is this is maple syrup. Now you can just use regular pancake syrup, and to be honest, some in the past I may have used sugar-free pancake syrup because that's what I had, but in the big scheme of things, it's not going to help this recipe any at all. But anyway, you're just going to use, since I use 3 cans, I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of the maple syrup or the pancake syrup or whatever it is that you use. Again, if you were just going to make, like a third of this, it'd just be 1 tablespoon. If you wanted to, 2 cans, if you had a little bit larger crowd but still didn't have a big crowd, then it'd just be 2 tablespoons and so on. But I put that in there. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and give this just a quick stir to make sure that brown sugar is kind of mixed in. Now, when you heat this, and I'm just putting this in a crock pot, okay? And you can use any crock pot that you have. I usually use a little bit bigger because, as you see, you know, this pretty well fills up this medium size. But I don't, you know, always have all the counter space for that whenever we have people over and things like that. So I decided to get this one out today. And I normally probably would have used, you know, I use my quick cooker a lot, and that actually has a slow cooker setting on it. And I probably would have used that, but I'm already using it for something else today. And so I've got that then. And then one more thing here. I have the sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. Again, I choose this brand, Sweet Baby Ray's, but you could, you know, use any that you wanted. I just like this. And you're going to put quite a bit of this in here, actually. With this side, since I'm making actually the 3 cans, I'll put probably about 3/4 of a bottle at least. And then I'll just mix it up and see what it tastes like and things like that. And I don't have this right now, but one thing I will add at the end, Glenn is actually smoking a butt today on the grill. And so when he gets that pork ready, the last thing I do is I put in about 1 pound of pork. And again, that's where I hope I have room in this. I might have to transfer it to something else to, you know, when I actually have this out. But again, this is something that, like, we're not actually having people over until tomorrow, but I want to get some of my cooking out of the way. So I am doing this today, and it can just sit in the refrigerator. And then in the morning, just get it out and plug it in, turn it on, and then you have these cooking, and you still have the stove, the cook stuff, you know, the top of the stove and all those things for other dishes to use. Okay, so I'm just going to taste this real fast. You know, and I never did like baked beans before. I don't know, there's just something, you know, I just don't like a lot of that stuff they often put in them, mixed with the baked beans. And then I met this gal down at Memphis one time, and we were having a barbecue, and she brought these, and oh my gosh, I tried them, and I'm so glad I did, because I really like these. I still don't eat a lot of other kind of, you know, so-called baked beans, but I do eat these. Okay, so that's about right. So it was about 3/4, and it just, that barbecue sauce just gives it that sweet, but then a little kick to it at the end. So these are basically ready to go, and they'll be easy just to get out tomorrow. And then, like I said, very last thing, you don't have to add that pork. I just think it kind of adds something to it, especially if you're having, you know, like a barbecue or something like that. But really, a lot of you might just like them just as they are right now. Just watch, I like to keep mine just a little bit thicker, okay? But easy peasy, you know me, that's the way I like it. Okay guys, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.